The following is a breakdown of the issues, fears, and concerns of both the residents of Wildomar and the residents of Murrieta.
You're going to hear tonight a bunch of angry people. It was never sent to me personally, and I'm the homeowner. Tonight was the first time I heard that they're going to put up a 6-foot wall, because we're not going to be going out back when you have 3 rows of houses looking down at us. To find out exactly what would be the depreciation value, I can't tell you. I've been told it's going to be anywhere from 20%. You can go down.
Invasion of privacy, increased traffic, increased pollution, increased noise, potential of increased level of crime, i.e. burglary, blocking of long-standing landscape views, devaluation of property values, especially on the homes on the Murrieta side of this project, construction noise, dirt, debris, impact on our homes, quality of life and health, introduction of new trees, plants, and shrubbery which may bring in insects and disease that impact our existing landscaping. Insect and mosquito habitat increase brought on by the creation of a new water runoff containment area. Proposed planting plan will not provide adequate privacy for adjacent Murrieta homeowners.
Decrease our property values, it's going to decrease our privacy and decrease our quality of living. And to see this coming into our community is a terrible thing. To have this project looming over our homes is a potential nightmare. If there was a fire to ignite during this process of construction, the consequences would be catastrophic to our neighborhood. We would lose it. Please help us be good neighbors. You preserve or help us preserve our wonderful neighborhood.
I know all about this development game that's trying to be pulled here. But when Murrieta did their general plan, they kept the future neighbors in mind, and out of pure respect to the rural lifestyle of Wildomar, they only allowed single-family homes on the entire 5-mile border. I take this as a personal insult living in Murrieta, and it will be a thumb in our eye. So people are going to use that to get away from the busy 15 freeway, and you're going to turn that Palomar into a major, serious highway of 60,000 cars a day.
The high density that's coming, because as a pool owner, if I'm going to have rodents and things in my pool, then it's not only going to take a cleaning, but maybe some servicing as well, as pertains to things getting in my filter and my motors.
We never imagined a nightmare that this Camelia property is. And you can't see that looking on this map, that we're talking monsters standing up. This sky, it's going to be like a skyscraper for my pool. We're going to be sitting there, and it's going to be 27, this is from the wall, so it's extremely high.
And all of those front buildings have a clear view into our properties. It's a bad design, a bad relations picture. Nobody listens to the voters.
The project completely ruins my plans for retirement. I cannot comfortably enjoy my backyard with my family, my friends, with my privacy being invaded. I'm actually here to talk about the dangers my family, as well as the entire family of our track, will face if this project is pursued. Criminals and kids will know when we come and go to work, when we take our kids to school. They'll know when we pack up and leave on vacation. The list goes on. I'm retired, so I leave a lot and head out for the weekend or even longer. I guarantee when I return, my home will be ransacked inside and out. Murrieta police stated that if they don't witness a person climbing my back fence, they will not pursue the perpetrator. The Wildomar police, if it didn't happen in their town, they say it's not their issue. What is to keep the kids and the criminals from coming in my backyard in the middle of the night, going out my front gate, breaking into cars, homes throughout our entire neighborhood? We're talking home invasions, grand theft. The end result is scramble through our yards, back over the fences, and dissolve into 163 units before the police can even get out of their car or park.
We're going to have the condos with the garages and everybody up there working out in the backyard and stuff, looking in our backyard. They can see every inch of what's going on in our backyard. Also, the view from the top of where the condos are can see right in our bedroom. I don't want a bunch of screaming, yelling, and the cars going in and out, and kids were working in their garages and saying, oh, look at down there, and they're all, hanging around the fence looking in everybody's backyard.
That is the severe impact that this proposed project will have on homes the home values of not just our community in Grizzly Ridge, but the impact that will trickle for miles and miles into Wildomar and all throughout Marietta. There's no questions that our properties will depreciate. This project will completely wipe out the attraction that has helped move real estate in Grizzly Ridge for the last 18 years.
These studies indicate that high-density residents are victims of serious crimes, rape, assault, and in some cases even murder. So the link between high-density residence areas and violent crime. There seems to be something about high-density residential units that is associated with all types of serious violent crime, even controlling for other factors in the model. Apparently, high-density housing units promote serious violent crime, end quote. The researchers still found that across the U.S., high-density residential areas are subject to higher violent crime rates.
Allowing the Camelia residents to easily see over the 6-foot wall, be able to watch our wives, or my wife, kids, grandkids swimming or playing in our backyards. For the Camelia residents to have direct visibility into our homes will force us to change our lifestyles. Just simple things like taking a shower and walking in your bedroom. I mean, we have to make sure our windows are closed.
If this project goes through, the lack of privacy and traffic that is sure to come is something both my husband and I will probably not be able to endure. We will be forced to sell the home we love at a loss and start all over again, being senior citizens and having their lives turned upside down. And let you know how this project will affect real people, not a corporation out of the state of Florida who does not know us and does not care how they are turning our lives upside down.
I'm a 20-year-old girl who spends a lot of time in my backyard floating in my pool. If this project were to go underway, I would feel completely violated being in my pool or even in my backyard wondering who's watching down on me as a young girl. There was an occasion my mom and I were in the pool and there were several men up on the hill doing work, making us feel very uncomfortable and forcing us to go back inside.
Loss of privacy is a major concern. Privacy loss more extreme with high-density multifamily dwellings. Privacy loss due to prying eyes from above looking over into our backyard. I hope to have some grandkids at some point, whether I'm going to be there or not. I want you guys to think about how you'd feel if you bought property knowing that it was rural and then somebody decided to build in back of you. I've heard council member after council member say, then buy the property yourself. Well, we're homeowners, we can't afford to buy the property, and not taking our concerns into account just hurts my heart. Trust me when I say that those of us that are living on that side of the hill, it's gonna bother us. The bottom line is, we've been living there for probably 18 years. We knew that the road for Jefferson might go in at some point. I did not ever factor in the townhouse looking over my backyard. Having girls, especially women, in our backyards, that privacy means something. And even our neighbors across the street and down the hill, it means something to us. And to have you guys just blow us off and just approve it because it brings in money for the city, I'm sorry, you just can't do that to us. Now, we've had sex offenders in our neighborhoods before. Those are the ratios of the sex offenders at this point. Think about adding another 163 units in that area. Our community, Grizzly Ridge area, that's 99 units. You want to double that? Think about how that's going to react, how we're going to deal with that. When we all leave, we all try and watch each other's back and cover each other's houses and keep an eye on things. But there have been times when just having our recyclable cans on the side of the house, somebody's watching when we leave and they're stolen, and then one neighbor has to tell another neighbor and then we're having to watch out. That's now. Think about what it's going to be with 163 units running around. And at least 4 people in each one of those houses, I would assume.
It looks like a small ghetto, what they're trying to build.
But 163 different places, I don't know who to talk to, because if my dog gets poisoned or a window gets broken or what have you, I have no one to talk to.
You talked about a green fence. I'm not sure what a green fence is. I don't know if it's a block wall painted green or if it's a chain link fence with screening on it. I'm not sure what that is, but it might even be a hedge for all I know. I know it's brought up, well, if you got single family homes looking in your backyard, it's the same thing. Well, it's not, because if I have somebody shooting my windows out with a BB gun or throwing bricks in my pool or kicking my dog or whatever, I can go deal with a couple neighbors. I can talk to them, I can, you know, make friends with them, basically. But if I have to go over the fence, look for somebody in 163 units, it's gonna turn into a war. These condos are supposed to be luxury condos. There's absolutely no backyards, there's no front yards, there's no place for kids to play at all, anywhere near there.
The Camelia Project is high density, which to me does not fit in our city. Something like that, it's kind of a monstrosity. And frankly, it looked like something out of the projects. I just don't want to see Wildomar getting, turning into a big, huge suburban, have suburban crawl to where I'm not gonna wanna live here anymore. For 10 years now, I've been watching it get, you know, all these little things popping up, and I feel like a lot of the stuff isn't very transparent as far as the planning goes. I never knew the general plan was the general plan that it is. I was under the assumption it was rural, RR, and now, you know, I watched those apartments over on Clinton Keith get built, and I thought, oh my gosh, you know, and I wish, and I would like to have single-family homes on some land. So anyway, thanks.
Thank you.